Michael Heidel, and I'll be giving you an informative speech on how to become a police officer in North Carolina. First step is going to be the minimum education requirement, which is going to be a high school diploma. In order to become a police officer in North Carolina, you need to have at minimum a high school diploma or a GED. Next is going to be the minimum requirement age, which is 21 years old. In order to enforce 18B violations, you must be of age to drink, consume, and transport alcohol. Following is going to be probably the most difficult part of becoming a police officer in North Carolina is obtaining a sponsorship. In order to obtain a sponsorship, you must go to your local municipality or sheriff's office and talk to the HR captain. So it be a captain or a major. What they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and obtain your background checks. They're going to give you a quick interview, make sure that you're sound mind to be a police officer, and then you'll sign a statement of understanding in order to become a police officer. Following that, you need to receive your books. If the agency will provide your books, they may or may not have them with the agency. Once you've obtained your sponsorship, the next step is going to be the longest step, and that is attending the BLET program. In order to get in the BLET program, you need to interview with the director of the program that you intend to attend. But during your interview, you're going to have to obtain all the proper paperwork. This is going to include your transcripts, both high school and college, a health physical, a background check, an F3 personal history statement, which will probably be the longest form you have to fill out. It's a declaration of all crimes or offenses that you've committed since you've been 16 years of age. All you have to do is student financial aid request, and you'll have to enroll in the host college. Next is the longest portion, which is the 4.5-month BLET training. The training includes a number of events, both physical and mental. You'll do 3 days a week of PT. You'll test each Monday. You're going to take numerous practical applications, which will include fast response drills, school shooting drills, etc. You'll do 2 weeks on the pistol range, where you'll learn marksmanship if you're not familiar with a pistol. You do what's called subject control techniques. This is going to be your self-defense and your escalation of force training. You'll get your OC spray certification, which is probably the worst part. You'll get your taser certification, and you will not be able to exercise any behavior that could get you removed from the program. This is going to include drinking on the weekends, partying, or getting in any trouble with the law during the entire program. And then that brings you to the state exam. State exam is probably the most stressful part of the program. It's going to be a 5-part test with a 3-hour time limit. Now, during this 5-part test, only 4 parts of the test are graded. These four parts of the test that are graded are chosen at random, and nobody knows which parts of the test are graded. You must score at least an 8% or higher in order to pass, and failures must wait at least 1 week before they can retest. Next, you'll obtain your certification. The certification is good for 1 year at the time you graduated BLET. You'll have 364 days to become sworn with an agency in order for your certification to be good. If you go over 364 days, you'll be required to re-attend BLET in its entirety. And then your certification must be certified by the state board. Once you become certified, you're going to go ahead and apply to an agency. First thing you have to do is you have to apply to the agency, submit an application, provide copies of all the paperwork that you've submitted to the director. You'll have to submit your background checks, your BLE certifications, and all resumes that you included with your BLET instructors. Next, you'll go through your interviews. You'll have your interviews. You have your board interview, which is a panel. It'll be usually your captains, your lieutenants, and your sergeants. You do a background investigation interview. You do a polygraph, and then finally you do your chief or sheriff's interview. Once you made it through the application process, you go ahead into FTO training as a probationary officer. FTO training is supervised training to ensure that you're upholding the standards of that department. That'll typically be 30 training days that you'll have to complete in its entirety before you're allowed to patrol on your own. And this concludes your informative speech on how to become a police officer in North Carolina.